We're back. Not frozen, not stuck like that. Um, all right, we are back. We are back, chat. Okay, so a lot of really fun things to talk to you about tonight. We're going to do some Crypto Raiders. We're going to talk Riot Racers updates. Maybe do a few races, but huge giveaway tonight coming in from Prospect. Big shout out, Prospect. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being in chat. And then I want to talk to you, all of you, about something that's super, I think, important and meaningful, and hopefully something that'll help you. So, kind of releasing a new tool, and I think it's going to do a lot to help with NFT project analysis. We're going to talk about it later. It is free. You won't have to pay a penny for it. But yeah, super excited to get that out. Super excited to share that with you. Let's jump right in to some Crypto Raiders with everyone's favorite orc, the thickest boy in all the land, Bruce. All right, chat. So, nice, Ty. Glad you're excited. Glad to hear it. All right, so going to start off with just a few announcements before we get into Bruce's raids tonight. So, for those of you that don't know, Bruce is the chat-driven crypto raider. And, you know, Bruce is stacking up some decent inventory. We have a rare piece of clothing, which he's rocking. We got a necklace. We got a ring from the Endless Dungeon. Bruce is doing pretty decent. We've gone over Bruce's stats before. He's primarily strength-based. We did add some agility and some luck into there last time. But again, chat chooses the stats. But I want to talk about something new, and that is abilities. So this was recently launched, and Bruce being level, I believe 5 or 6 that he gets 2 abilities. So abilities, you start off with 1, at level 5 you get 2, and then at level 10 that goes up again. So just want to quickly run through these. First, you have Draining Strike, and you get a guaranteed hit on target with 125% damage, and reduce the target's next energy gain by 5, which is awesome. That costs 30. This is basically magic missile. You shoot 3 missiles. However, it's each subsequent missile decreases the hit rate and increases in damage from 50% on the first hit to 75 on the final hit. So your ability to hit goes down. It shoots out basically 3 attacks. It goes down over time, along with the damage. So the ability and the damage changes per missile that's fired out. Now, that can be kind of, if you hit all 3, that's great. I've used it a handful of times. I have not hit all 3 very many times. I don't necessarily love magic missiles. Then you have counterattack. Watch your enemies every move, preparation for their attack to hit, and counter at the last second. So you resist for 25% and striking back for 25%. That costs 25 energy. Then we have a brace. Take 40% less damage for up to 2 turns. Getting hit while active restores 20 energy points and removes the buff. Magic armor. Magic armor might be my favorite one of all of them. Equal to 30% of your max HP and provides 10% increase to damage. The armor decays over time, losing 30% gained per turn. Costs 30. So it's a really nice kind of extra layer of protection. Some battles have definitely been made a lot easier because of it. Then you have Sneak. Increases your evade and crit rate by 20% until you are hit. With each passing turn, decrease evade by 5 and increase crit by 5 until hit. And then down here you have utility. So Battle Cry. Lower the enemy's damage resistance for 3 turns at 15 energy. Enchant, which allows you to increase your target's attack by 45% for the next 3 turns. And then Sharp Eyes. Overcome your prey with the eye of the predator, increasing hit chance by 15% and crit damage by 30% for the next 2 crits. So my favorite one of these 3 is Magic Armor. I'm going to click off of that we might go with, I like comboing, and I got this from Helv. Sharp Eyes with Magic Armor. For those of you who don't know, Helv is one of my favorite Crypto Raiders content creators. I think he does an excellent job streaming, has some really nice YouTube content. And he actually made an awesome video where I got a lot of this information from on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you there. Ignore the I in front of it. That's just from my notes. But there's his link. Definitely check that out. Wonky Donkey, glad to see you here. Love the emojis. That's a great emoji combo. I feel like a part of that is like me in emojis. I love that. That's awesome. Ty, also big fan of Magic Armor. Love to see it. Lucky, level 7 on Endless Dungeon Run. Awesome. Congrats. Love it. Bojack, I've been using Magic Armor too. Yeah, it seems to be kind of the current favorite. Is how I'm taking it. So we've got missions for Bruce. Bruce is currently level 5. Hogger Heroic, Bruce has struggled with. We were pretty set on Hogger. Chat, let me know if you want to continue with Hogger or if you would like to do something else with Bruce. We can put it to a formal vote if you'd like. And we will go ahead and move. We're going to start with the normal one. But if you want to see a heroic, you want to see something else in there, that's definitely something we can hit. Let's fire this up. Let's get Bruce going in the dungeons. Let's get Bruce leveled up. Let's get Bruce to level 6 tonight. How awesome would that be? If we get another level for Bruce. It is scary and dark in here right now. I much prefer my apartment. There we go. All right. Bruce is just making his way, taking his sweet time tonight. Going slow. That's okay. Bruce, you take your time. Bruce, you do you. I mean, it's hard to move fast when you're as thick as Bruce. Thick as Bruce. Hog. Yes. Hog. All right, Prospect. I like it. There he is. There's our enemy. The Hogger. Also, another update is you can now all run this completely from your keyboard. So if I just hit space now, I don't have to click. I can if I want to. You'll notice that the green bar, that's my health, decreases because I got hit. It's also reflected here in the combat log. But you're also going to see my energy. That's what I use for the abilities increase. So it goes up 10 for every hit and 5 for every miss. So you're guaranteed to at least go up a little bit. Every hit. And apparently I did not click off Magic Missile. But we should have a pretty okay time with this. I like, my kind of general strategy is to, when I'm feeling okay in a fight, like max it out. So I know on my next attack, the most I could get is 10. If I had 45 here right now, I would use an ability. But because I'm not super low on health, I don't need to necessarily call this out. I want to stack my, not stamina, but like my ability, what is it? My, just whatever that's called on the bottom. I want to stack that for later in the fight. So I'm building that up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and run that again. So now I'm going to throw, because if I were to attack, I won't gain extra of those ability points. So I'm going to cast Magic Armor right now, just as an extra protection. Boom, look at that, saved me. I'm feeling pretty good about things. We still have some Magic Armor left. We've got a good amount. Magic Armor, or sorry, missiles is going to cost 25. We'll have 5, plus maybe another 10 to 15 total after this next hit. So I'm going to go ahead and cast it just so you can see it. Boom, first time hit, easy, done. Got a Wizzy manual for Bruce. Bruce got a Wizzy manual. Let's go ahead. Let's close this out. Let's go to round 2. Let's check out this Wizzy manual, chat, shall we? Let's check out this Wizzy manual. Boots. Hard on the nom-nom tonight, buddy. Nice. Can't stay long. Had to pop in for the stream. I appreciate it. I don't care if you're here for 2 seconds or 12 hours. I just appreciate anyone who comes in. Boots, longtime friend. So happy you're here. Holy shit, chat. Holy shit. Boots, I don't want to take away from you. Sorry for the language. That was very unexpected and uncalled for, but chat, we just got Breadsmith 69 in chat. Oh my gosh. We stand for Brett Smith. Absolutely, we do, Prospect. We absolutely do. You know what, chat? Um, I yeah, I'm shook right now. I don't know what to say. Brett Brett Smith made an appearance. Prospect, I'm gonna give this to you. Prospect, are you tied to Brett Smith in some way? Because when you post, Brett Smith seems to come on stream. So I'm wondering if there's something there. I'm wondering if there's something there. You wish. I don't know if I believe you there, Prospect. But you know what, chat? When Brett Smith comes, it's a special occasion. I don't have anything to give away tonight outside of Prospect's awesome logo package. But since we are playing Crypto Raiders, I still have some recruitments available. So what do you say I give away a Gen 6 Crypto Raider? Let's get this going. Let's type Brett Smith in chat. And within give me about a week to get this recruitment done. I'm going to be traveling. Big shout outs to Brett Smith. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, I'll give away a Gen 6 Crypto Raider. Give me about a week. No exclamation point. Just need to say Brett Smith. And I will go ahead and yeah, give this out. Big shout out to Bert's in the house. Watch out, everyone. Brett Smith brings the good times. Absolutely. Brett Smith always brings the good times. Always does. Literally never seen Brett Smith in any other stream besides yours. I've seen Brett Smith in Taco. Maybe Bot Lady? I'm not sure. But definitely Taco stream. I thought Brett Smith popped into MVG once or twice. Maybe that was my last season of Zero to Hero. Brett Smith absolutely brings the good times. There we go. There we go. Could we be so lucky? What are the odds? What are the odds, chat? We're gonna check out this wizard manual. We're gonna wait a little bit. No timer on this. We'll keep entered. You've entered. You're in, chat. You are in for a Gen 6 Crypto Raider. Let's check out this Wizzy manual. So 3 intelligence, 10 agility, 3 wisdom, 6 charm. I kind of like this, chat. I like it, balancing out Bruce with some agility and some intelligence, I think could be nice. Chat, if you want to see manual, we'll go to the next, not this raid, but the raid after that, we'll switch over to the manual. Let me know if you want that manual. Type wizard in chat. Yes, absolutely, agility is huge. But let me know, type agility in chat, and we'll switch it over for Bruce's next raid. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. This is delicious. All right. Ty wants to see that wizard manual. Bruce, where are you going? I don't see Hogger. Oh, we got the stairs. We got the stairs, chat. We got the stairs. Lucky wants wizard as well. Looks like we might be shifting over to the wizard manual after this. Yeah, in my last Crypto Raiders stream, I did a breakdown of the different stats and did kind of a little stat chart in terms of what you get, and then also looked at the quality of each stat. So, of all the stats that you got, were they in, the top tier, like, top 1 or 2 of all the different stats that you could have? And if it was, then it got a higher score. And agility was definitely up there. And that, that was back to, I've seen Hell V talk about it as well. Mayhey's in the house. Welcome, Mayhey. Happy you're here, buddy. I gotta take off that magic missile. So again, in a non-endless dungeon situation like this, I really like to max out or just kind of like cap that. I see we're close to the end. We've got a ton of health left. I'm not super concerned with using the armor right now. We're just going to go right in with an attack. And I'm glad that that happened because all 3 of them missed, and that is exactly why I hate magic missile. But that's not a problem for Bruce because Bruce can take it because he's a thick boy. Bruce got some copper mail. Let's go, Bruce. Let's go, Bruce. Let's refresh us. Let's equip that wizard manual. Let's check out this copper mail, chat. Inventory, Wizzy manual. Bruce is going to do some reading. Bruce is going to get educated. All right, so 5 intelligence versus 7 intelligence, 6 strength versus 5 strength, 8 luck, 2 charm. Chat, do we want the cloak or do we want the mail? Cloak or mail, let me know. Lucky says, I've kind of mained agility on my Crypto Raiders level 6 and can clear Guardian's Lair heroic consistently. That's awesome. Love it, Lucky. That's huge. That is huge. That is huge. We got Prospect voting for the cloak. Agility plus wisdom is insane. I like agility and intelligence. I have nothing against wisdom, I don't think. We'll fire up another normal. Maybe we'll end on a heroic tonight. Chat, if you want to end on a heroic, let me know. In chat, also, for those of you that maybe just popped in, type Breadsmith in chat for chance to win a Generation 6 Crypto Raider being given away within the next week. This won't be soon. I'm traveling for the weekend, taking a long weekend. So yes, if you type Breadsmith, you will be entered. Awesome. Mehe, you are in. You are in. All right, Bruce, go find him, buddy. Come on. Come on, Bruce. There he is. You got him, Bruce. Let's go, Bruce. Let's go. Maybe we should change Bruce's name to Bruce Smith in honor of Breadsmith. All right, here we go. First battle with the Wizzy manual. Shout out to WTC. If you know, you know. Oh, I like the sound effects for the battles too. I like that it's different. Oh, Bruce got him down to half health in 2 hits. Bruce is not playing around with this Wizzy manual. Bruce is a smart boy. Boom, got it. Didn't even have to use anything. By the time we got maxed out, Bruce got it. Bruce got another wizard manual. That's how much Bruce loves reading, chat. Bruce might be a scholar. Bruce might be a scholar. We got some. Bojack says, I was doing agility but dropped a blue agility gun, so I've been using it. Oh, wow. No idea what I'm doing, though. That's awesome. Bojack got a blue agility gun? No way. I've been trying to get more wisdom through gear. I like it, Lucky. I like it. And I like that, too. Like, it's layered. You've got your base stats, but then you can supplement them or kind of fill in gaps through the gear. And I think it does a pretty good job of filling in the gaps, especially at these lower ones. Oh, intelligence. Sorry. Nice. All right, so we've got 5 intelligence, 8 agility. So kind of a trade-off. So the agility basically went into intelligence. We got 3 more wisdom, but 5 less charm, or 6 less charm. Replace that with luck. What do we want? Do we want new book or do we want the old book? New or old? Just let me know, chat. New or old? Oh my gosh, it's fantastic, Prospect. It's so clean. It's so simple. It's so well thought out. Like the execution of this team, the project is just, they consistently deliver. So chat, let me know if you want new or old. Old, more agility, says Lucky. I kind of like it. I'm a little torn. I kind of like it, but we'll stick with the old. We'll fire up another mission here. Another raid. Chat, let me know. What do you think? For Bruce's last raid, should we do it heroic? Should we do a heroic hogger? Look at little Brucey boy go. Bruce is smart. Bruce is a very intelligent little orc. Hey, New Bruno, this is Crypto Raiders. So this is a, pixelated dungeon crawler RPG game. And if you're interested in this, if this looks kind of cool to you, if you type Breadsmith in chat, you will have a chance to win a Gen 6 Crypto Raider. So there are different generations. Think of them kind of like Z numbers from Zed Run. And yeah, you go, the whole moving through the dungeon right now is completely hands-off, but this battle part is very hands-on. So again, hitting space. So you have to balance, look at different stats, how those affect how you fight. You now have different abilities. You can run away, but Bruce isn't scared. Bruce isn't a scared boy. Bruce is just dominating this chat. Absolutely dominating this. Breadsmith. Breadsmith. Sorry, Eagle, if I didn't pronounce that well. Bruce got a beast pelt, chat. We have a beast pelt for Bruce. Let's check this. Let's check out this beast pelt. Bruce. Oh, not super strong in agility. I have a few beast pelts for other characters, and they are like super high agility. This one, not so much. So 2 strength, 2 agility, 3 wisdom, and 5 charm. Chat, I don't love it. I don't love it. Unless you like really, really want it. I don't think so. Yeah, Prospect, feel free to hit me with all the questions. Mayhay's also very knowledgeable as well. Hell V, also very knowledgeable. No exclamation point needed. Nubarino, I'm just going to confirm, you are in. You're eligible to win. So you're good. I know, I don't like how Nightbot doesn't say that you're, like, fully set up, but good. You're in. I got you. You are all set. Mayhay, what, send pics. All right, chat, we got last one. Should we go heroic? Let me know. Type heroic in chat. Yeah, Mayhay is awesome at this game. Chat, should we go heroic? Bo Jackson. Prospect says Bruce is ready. I mean, Bruce has really done well to prove himself tonight. Lucky says we're doing it, chat. We're doing it. We're going in. We're going in, chat. We are going in. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous right now. I'm not going to lie. Bruce, you know who doesn't look nervous? That's Bruce. Bruce looks cool, calm, collected. Bruce is ready to go. Bruce is confident tonight because I think Breadsmith gave him all the confidence in the world. If Bruce beats this, I think it's because of the little pep talk he got from Breadsmith. Lucky believes in Bruce. I believe in Bruce. Chat, let me know if you believe in Bruce. Well, let's hype him up. Let's gas him up a little bit. I still can't believe Breadsmith showed up. All right, here we go, chat. So we might change the strat a little bit, but let's see how this goes. 207 versus 242. Bruce coming out strong with a solid hit and dodge. Because he's like, hey, Hogger, I'm smarter than you. I can read books now. Book Boy Bruce. I like that nickname. Okay, and we got another missile. I'm gonna stack it again. My nose is itchy. There we go. Oh, chat, we are capped. Now it's time to bring the fire. Now it is time to bring the fire. Oh, chat, easy. 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 2. Okay, we got 2 out of 3 hits. I'm honestly surprised by that. And we still have a little bit of our armor left over. This is chat. Easy dub. Easy dub for Bruce. And he got that bullwhip. Chat, that was awesome. That was awesome. Very good. Oh, chat, and Bruce leveled up. Bruce got his first heroic Hogger win and leveled up. So, chat, it is time to pick some stats. Every time I see my corgi in my wallet, I think of Breadsmith. I forgot you got that, Lucky. That's awesome. I love that. My nose. I must be allergic to something. So, chat, we are going to start a poll. You'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds. I need you to type in exclamation point vote, STR, INT, AGI, whiz, charm, luck, etc., etc., etc. Beefiness. Beefiness is not a stat category. It's kind of like strength, maybe. We'll see. All right, but I'm going to fire this up right now. Poll has started, chat. You see the in Streamlabs right there. Those are the commands you have to enter. So exclamation point vote, and then what stat you would like. Bruce's stats? Bruce is mostly strength. He is very much a beefy boy. Oh, let me show the poll up on stream. What am I doing, chat? There we go. Right in front of my head. Much better. All right, so it looks like we got strength and agility. People are still fighting for strength. And we got some charm in there. Voted on charm. Nice. I mean, Bruce could be a charming boy. There we go. All right, agility, we got another vote. We have 42 seconds left. He currently doesn't have, I think he has 7 agility. He has like 14 strength. And I think that's most of his stats, or at least the majority of the breakdown. And then after we go through Endless with Bruce, I will be doing the Gen 6 giveaway courtesy of the legend, Breadsmith. Yeah, if anyone can tell me who Breadsmith is, I don't know what. I'll give you something. I'll find something awesome to give you. If anyone's willing to come forward and say that they are Breadsmith and prove it. We've got, time. All right, time is out, chat. A very clear winner, agility, with the most votes. So we'll go ahead and hide that. We're going to complete the poll. Agility is most of the votes with 50%. So we're going to go up here because Bruce is up top now. He's a top shelf boy. He can read. He can beat Heroic Hogger. I'm so proud of Bruce tonight, chat. I am so proud of Bruce. We're going all into agility. We go big or we go home. We got 14 strength, 14 agility, and 7 luck. Now, in my characters, I wouldn't necessarily throw all of those stats into one just for the ease of picking. Just makes it easier for the stream. So, chat, we are, let's check his bullwhip quick. See if that's anything. 1 agility, 11 strength. I kind of like the manual more. We're going to go hit Endless Dungeon right now, chat. We're going to see if we can get some Bruce blinged up in the dungeon now. So he's a level 6 smart boy. Been humble than I have in this tourney. What's going on in the tourney, Ty? Until you said prove it, I was ready to start a Breadsmith Spartacus situation in chat. Lucky. I'm all for Breadsmith Spartacus situations. All for it. Absolutely all for it. All right, here we go, chat. Okay, we got this. So fodder, here we go. We're gonna. So now in Endless, I'm gonna be a little more focused on. I forgot to get rid of stupid magic missile. On protecting Bruce's health. Because I just think for the longevity of this, we're playing the long game here. And I'm just going to keep, if it works out so that I can, get into something else cool. But now we get to throw on some melee resist on Bruce. What is the name of this kitty cat looking thing? This is a coffin cat? Cotton cat? Kitten cat. I feel like the Jennifer Poops at Parties guy, Flula. Kitten cat in Barney Moosey Town. Anyone? No? Anyone? Oh, this is not looking good from Kitten Cat. Bruce does not like cats. Bruce does not like cats, chat. Oh. Forgot that they have abilities. Oh, chat, that hurts. There we go. I like that a little better. Come on, Bruce. No! Kitten cat! Oh, solid bronze band of agility. Well, that could be a plus, chat. Bruce hates cats. So what do we learn about Bruce tonight? Bruce can now read. Bruce is still pretty thick. Bruce beat Heroic Hogger for the first time, and Bruce hates cats. Bruce absolutely hates cats. Let's check out this ring here, chat. Let's check out this ring. Oh no, chat. We might have lost the Breadsmith giveaway. I accidentally closed the tab. Yeah, chat, we're going to have to do that again. I'll give you time to do it. The keyword is Breadsmith. You're going to have to enter it all over again. Let's check this out. Inventory. 1 agility. Oh, no, don't like that. Don't like that. Thank you, Prospect. You are in. You are in. We'll give everyone a few minutes. Mayhay says spam shield. Yeah. I'm getting my ass kicked. Everyone has so much health. Sorry, Ty. Breadsmith, good. I'll keep going. I'm going to keep this Breadsmith giveaway open. But we're going to move on to our next game of the night. And that is Riot Racers. So, a few things I want to talk about with Riot Racers, chat. There have been a ton of updates. So, we're currently in a new racing season right now. That means new weather, new strategies, new tactics. They also introduced teams. Excuse me. And super exciting. So much like the guilds and crypto raiders, you can form groups, set things like team members, recruiting status. Here I have pulled up Five Eyes Alpha Racing, run by Ninja Panda, who I consider to be a friend of the stream. Ninja Panda has been so kind and generous, both in explaining things, sharing information. So I wanted to give a little kind of shout out to the legend that is Ninja Panda. For example, with this new update, though, going back to kind of the weather changes, one of them was a derecho. I'm butchering that. Derecho, I believe is how it's spelled. I had no idea what that was. I had to look that up. But what I found was that is a windstorm. So I'm hoping, and it'd be kind of cool that at least when Riot Racers started, there was a lot of questions. How do I utilize wind? What's the benefit of wind? Now this seems to be a very, very clear utility and purpose for wind drivers. Not to say that it wasn't there before, but now it seems very, very clear. You also have circling back to teams. So we had the team info. You have team stats right here. Tourneys won, races won, win rate, total cars, total drivers, Riot earned, and then showcase, which I think could be like, trophies. It just says coming soon right there. You have a bulletin board. You can apply. It's pretty cool. I really think it's a really, really nice update. You must not play enough video games. That's how I know the word. What word do you know that from, Mayhay? Or what game do you know that word from? Yeah, because I got nothing from that. What game are you playing with a flight sim? Yeah, that could make sense. So kind of another segue into this is the logo on here. I think this is a pretty sweet logo. I'm really into the show Moon Knight lately on Disney Plus, and I love the pyramid. There's an eye, there's a moon in there. Five Eyes Alpha Racing, aka Fear. This logo, this banner right here, chat, was designed by one and only Prospect, who is in chat right now. And so Prospect has been so kind to give away a logo package tonight in chat. We're going to go ahead and do our Breadsmith giveaway, but then we're also going to do one for Prospect. Just want to flip through some of these designs. Moon Knight is absolutely incredible. Mayhay has no clue. I love it. Here we have Buzz Garage. We have Prodigy Stables. Get myself out of there. We have Sprinter U. Raven Run Racing. And what I want to point out, across all of these is that the style is completely different, which is really, really cool. You've got like a jersey texture. You've got a pyramid Egyptian style theme. You've got, Buzz, very like solid, vibrant colors, very distinct, standout logo. You've got Prodigy, again, just very different styles, very different like types of logos. Kaiju Racing, completely different. I think this looks awesome. You've got, the cityscape. He's incredibly talented. He's a great guy. And it's just really, really cool. So no matter what direction you want to go, Blood Mob, look at this. I get a lot, like a very strong, like Left 4 Dead vibe from this. I really like that a lot. And then, of course, we had to end with the Big Boot E-Horses. Yes. So Big shout out, big thank you to Prospect for donating this. Incredibly talented. He can come up and deliver so many different styles. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap up this this Breadsmith giveaway for the Gen 6 to be delivered next week. Yeah, lucky. Boom. Here's your chance. Whether it's a Riot Racers garage, a horse stable, we're gonna roll the Breadsmith winner right now. Last chance. Type Breadsmith in chat. Rolling it. And it's Lucky Charms 31. Nightbot. Nightbot, congratulations. You won the Gen 6 Crypto Raider. Absolutely wild. I will give me about a week. I'm gonna be traveling for the weekend. I have to first recruit it. And then we'll go from there. That's absolutely wild. My mind is blown. Absolutely mind blown. Don't worry, Bojack, because we are about to do so. Big shout out to Lucky Charms. You get the Gen 6. Love the support. Love the emojis. Love the congrats in chat. Thank you so much. Love my community. Love that you all do that. All right, so congrats to you. But now we're gonna type Prospect in chat. Show some love for Prospect. Again, look at all these different designs. We'll run through these again. Whether it's Riot Racers, whether it's even Crypto Raiders, or if Zed, or just a general load. He's done stuff for me just in general that I've loved. We've had a great process, a great back and forth. I've worked with a ton of designers, personally and professionally, and he's been just honestly, truthfully, a pleasure to work with. So I really appreciate the work that he does. Awesome. No luck. Sounds good. Lucky. Any P2E Web 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 game logos. Not Web 7. So if you are Web 7, I'm sorry. That's going to have to wait. I think there's a premium on Web 7. But yes, any one of these, again, just great styles. Type Prospect in chat. We're going to keep this open for a little bit. Just PROSPECT, just like you see there. Chance to win. No Cro-Magnet, no exclamation point needed, but you are. That does count. You are in. So no worries there at all. All right. So we talked a little bit about Riot. Maybe we'll circle back to a race or two. I'm a bit of a time crunch tonight. But wanted to talk to you a little bit about NFT projects as a whole. We're going to talk about P2E. But I also really want to talk about like project evaluation and what that looks like. And so before we get into that, I just want to make it very clear that I'm absolutely not a financial advisor in any way. This is my own experience. These are my own thoughts on the matter that I just want to kind of speak out loud and share with you. By no means does anything I say will that guarantee any sort of performance. Nor am I trying to push anything. I'm sharing projects, tools that I think are valuable that I'm interested in. Exactly. This is the NFA DYOR section of the stream, but I also think this is going to be very informative. At least I hope so. So again, just really wanted to share this with you all because a while back I did some analysis of the P2E space, and a claim that I made was that narrative-driven P2E games will really kind of explode and blow up in 2022. In my opinion, we're seeing that a lot. I think it's really happening. I feel it still holds true, and it's honestly stronger than ever. And for me personally, like that's a big driver for me. That gets me personally super excited. Projects that I think are delivering on this, 2112.run, Paranormies, 2112 launching this weekend. Paranormies launching soon. I see these projects forming partnerships, specifically those two, with some other really exciting that I think are innovative projects. So, like when I look at or evaluate a project, and we'll get into some of the tools and things I look at specifically in a minute, but there are really, I have some people talk to me about, hey, I just got into this project. Or, hey, I just got into this project. And it's like, okay, that's awesome. That's great. If that's what you like and that's what you're into, go for it. But, I tweeted earlier this week, like, why are you getting into this project? And a handful of people that I talk to, I almost get the impression like it's a FOMO or it's a follow of someone else. And I want to try and empower you to make um, stronger independent decisions and really do it for you. So that's why I created and spun off, forked would be a better word, something that I'm going to share with you later. That I think could be helpful. Because in the end, I want us all to have the most fun and be as successful as possible, regardless of how we define that success. So when I look at a project, there are 5 things that I consider. So first, you have the art projects that I like, art blocks. 2112 Run, Riot Racers, Wanderers, Bioverse, Quirkies, Bungie Project. Kind of point 2 that I look at is utility. So Just Cubes, for example, I just got one of those for their Hypernode. I'm seeing a lot more projects now start to offer, as part of their utility, infrastructure-based utility in the Web3 space, which I think is really interesting. Is it a P2E game like Zedrun or 2112? Is it a long-term vision hold like Meta Hero Universe? Does it offer things like merch or alpha or IP rights? Those last two things specifically, I just kind of want to point out, I don't love those. Every project now has an alpha channel, and I think 90% of them are not great. And if, in my opinion, if a project is leading with alpha project or with alpha information without any substantial backing, or they're leading with IP rights, and by backing for alpha, I mean like a proven track record or tools that they've developed or are rolling out, or IP rights. It's another thing that I don't like when a project leads with it. It's great if it's a part of a project, but I look at that, in my opinion, as like a secondary, almost like third level utility. But when it's a main pitch, it becomes very difficult because you still have to pitch and push that project. It may be cool to you and to the community, but if I want to try and start like my own merch company off of a smaller project, that's a pretty big uphill battle. So those are kind of 2 things I personally don't like. Number 3 thing I look into is the team. Are they doxxed? How active are they? Are they in Discord? Are they holding spaces? What are those conversations like? Are they answering questions, regardless of how easy or hard they may be? Thing 4 I look at is, if I were to buy into a project and it goes to 0 the second after I buy it, is that okay? Am I going to be okay? And then finally, project performance. So, are the tokenomics sound? Is this a flip? Is it the community strong? How many holders? What was mint? What does my future look like if I get in right now? What potential loss am I looking at? Cro-Magnon Man asks, what is doxed? So that's kind of like Web3 internet slang for their identities are very public. So, for example, if I were to start a project and you would see my picture of my Quirky, which is currently my Twitter PFP, and it would say MJ Gaming below it, that would not be doxed. If I had a project and you saw, for example, you don't have to have this, but if you saw my actual picture with my full legal name, and maybe I've seen this on some projects, but maybe I included my LinkedIn, so you could get a true kind of idea or like track record of who I am and what my accomplishments or accolades or experience in the real world have been, that maybe could apply to the project. Someone that I think executes on the whole doxed team concept very well is Martian Premier League. They're very open, very upfront with who they are, giving out their names, backgrounds. You can look these people up. Great question. I encourage more questions. If you have questions kind of during all this, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Ask away. Ask anything that's on your mind. So it's yeah. So just kind of recap. It's art, utility, team. What happens if I lose it all? And then project performance. And so when we look at, I'm going to talk about play to earn. I'm going to talk about overall. When we look at the play to earn space, I shared this tweet. I'm gonna pull this up for all of you. And I think this is really important here. This is by from Space Pixel. go ahead and give them a follow. I'm going to throw that in chat. But basically, here's why most play-to-earn models don't work. What can you do to stop this catastrophic failure? And we're looking at a chart here where you see the kind of green, that's supply. That starts off very small and shoots up. You see demand kind of hit a threshold. It goes up and then kind of plummets down. And then you see price kind of go down with it. Yeah, I agree. This is a great post. And it really, really kind of resonated home. So we're going to take a minute. We're going to go through this. And then we're going to talk about some things that maybe are executed well, maybe not so well. And again, try and help you identify some of these things in the projects that you look at. Again, so that you can just have a more pleasurable, better experience in the NFT and play to earn space. So we're going to go through this thread. So again, great phase 1, kind of phase 2. As time goes on, these metrics change. So most play-to-earn models work by rewarding NFT holders with a token. Token is burned to redeem a new NFT in the collection, which the player can either hold, rent, or sell on the market. To reduce the complexity of the problem, we're going to assume that everyone burns their tokens for the NFT. Now you can examine the connections between the supply of the NFT and the demand and the price. So again, it's an oversimplified model, but it proves a very, very valid point. Phase 1, Ponzi strong. Not saying these projects are all Ponzi schemes or anything like that. No claims of that nature. But during phase 1, the supply is so small that 5% daily inflation rate is not bad as long as there are only 500 NFTs coming onto the market with a 10,000 NFT collection. As the supply is getting stripped from the market, the price per NFT is flying. We're going to a point where we have 300,000 NFTs in the collection, and we still have 5% daily inflation rate. This means we need to find 15,000 new buyers every day. So basically, as the supply goes up, you need to grow your user base and your utility base. Utility from the standpoint of you're the project creator, you need utility out of your customers. Then phase 2, the inflection point. Today was the day that the play-to-earn model started to die. The supply was too much for the amount of buyers to scoop up. We're at 40,000 NFTs coming onto the market, but only 20,000 buyers today. The problem with most play-to-earn models is that demand needs to increase exponentially because the supply increases exponentially. And that to me, all this has been great so far, but this specific part was huge for me. This kind of really set everything in stone. Prospect, yeah, sounds good. Appreciate it. Enjoy the TRV stream. I'll let you know who wins. We'll pick that soon. So the problem here is that your supply greatly exceeds the demand. Is basically just the gist of it. Even if the demand was the same every day, because supply is increasing exponentially, the price will inevitably fall. Once the price starts falling like crazy, demand starts to tank too, exacerbating the issue. Sooner or later, all PDE games will hit some form of market saturation. That's a bit of a blanket statement. Yes, I guess I don't disagree with that. And I think time is the biggest driver of that. I think we need to think about that more outside than just looking at supply and demand, but time is a big component in that, as outlined in the chart above. At this point, without changing the monetary policy of the game, the whole system falls apart. And this is key, having a flexible monetary policy. So the most important part of all founders or players of PDE games, what can you do to stop the catastrophic failure? Burn the NFTs ASAP. Find ways to make sure the players are incentivized to burn the NFT. Reduce the inflation rate as soon as you see demand wavering. Allowing the inflation rate to continue exacerbates the issue. Be proactive with the monetary policy. So when you burn the supply, it helps protect your price and can now follow along with demand. What do you think? Is it too late for founders to save the game once they hit the inflection point? What else can a founder do to counteract this issue? So I thought it's a really great thread. Chad, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of kind of what we ran through here, what thoughts do you have on it? But then I wanted to try and give you some um, what I feel are examples. I'm not trying to boost or downplay any project. Um, but one very clear example where this has kind of gone wrong, where we hit this moment is Zed. Um, in that the secondary market is horrible. The amount of horses out there is astronomical compared to the active users. That's further consolidated when you look at it from a stable standpoint. Um, and I really think Zed, in a way, kind of illustrates this. But I also think that Zed has a way back. And it's just my opinion. And a way out of this in a way that they can protect themselves. And that's with one, they're burning. And they've incentivized burning. I don't necessarily have great feelings about that, but they've done it, or they will do it. And then their token. So again, I mentioned this on Avon's stream the other night that Zed has a balance issue, and I think what this chart or this thread really talks about is project balance. If you look at the other hand, a project like Crypto Raiders, they had a problem with an incredibly large supply of Crypto Raiders. And the values tanked, again, much like this. But they were able to take action very quickly. So, able to cut down on extend the breeding cycle so you can't breed as fast. And they're looking to halt it at a certain generation. They also will have a burn mechanism. However, one thing that I think Crypto Raiders does well is that they have a very, from my outsider perspective, I don't know the numbers, but a very strong, stable user base and along with that, they also have a very stable economy at this moment in time. I love that they have a governance token and a utility token, or like an in-game economy token. And I think that really helps keep the game going and keep that game balanced and focused. So I encourage you all, if you're looking into a PDE game, how is a project trying to think long term? Are they going to face these issues? How and what does that look like? I think projects can recover from this. I think they need to be quick to do so, and be very open that this is an issue. And again, I'll give props to Crypto Raiders for being very open and honest and upfront about that. I just want to catch up on chat here for a minute. Ty says, I can't wait till Zed has burn. I'm setting my stable on fire, says Ty. I'm definitely going to do some consolidation myself. I love some of my horse names. Hopefully get some good catalysts. And then it's kind of like, I view it almost like as pruning a tree or a bush. Cutting off some of the dead parts of it, consolidate, and then hopefully grow off some healthier bloodlines. And then really expand. I think could be a cool opportunity going forward with that. Crow Magnan Man says, I take the opposite stance on Zed, as it sounds like burn will be every month, so I'm holding out for better price. I like that. Yeah, burn will be every month, and it will be capped, which I think will be an interesting mechanic. I get that. I think that's actually kind of smart, because otherwise it would just be a giant fire sale. Ty says their economy is insane because their economy is insane. It's one of the things I love about Crypto Raiders. I think it's fantastic. And with economy, balance is important, in my personal opinion. And I really think Crypto Raiders, again, right now, in this moment, is handling balance pretty well, through the different things that you can go harvest, collect, earning Aurum, Raider token. I think they're just doing a very nice job of that. So it's an exciting time. And it's nice of Zed to show that, hey, we can be and want to be flexible, and it could be a great opportunity for them. So, if I encourage you all to, again, if you're going into a PDE game, think about um, how do you make the most of what you decide to get into, um, and think about this long-term vision. And if I were to get into this, do they have an economy plan? What does that look like? Um, the other big piece, and I just kind of hinted at it, was how do you make the most of that decision making? And this is, again, chat. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how you do it or how you will be successful. This is a kind of a process or something that I consider and follow. Um, so now we're gonna get into some what I think are some really fun tools. I recently got into a project called JustCube. JustCube's NFT. One of their utility. I think the art's kind of fun, personally. So going back to kind of my 5 things, and I was excited by the utility of their hypernode, which is basically your own. I'm not going to explain it great, but it's like your own Ethereum connection to the blockchain. And so think of it as like if the normal Ethereum highway is, super clogged up because a crazy mint is going on, well, you get to go in your own lane to access that. It's not necessarily cheaper. It could be faster. You could get to, where you want to be faster. Excuse me. I just view it as better overall performance. So I bought this the other day for 0.21. So, one question that I think is asked a lot is, okay, well, I bought it this. Maybe I don't want to hold on. I'm personally going to hold on to my Just Cubes. I like it. But if I were to sell, what does that look like? At what level do I need to sell at in order to at least break even? So there's a website that, and we'll go back and reload this, but it's called derisk.tools. And I'm going to run through this with you. It's free to use. I just threw the link in chat. Basically, you go to your NFT that you purchased, really NFT, any NFT. Scroll down here to the event. You see the sale where I purchased it for 0.21 5 days ago. Go ahead and take this. This will take you to Etherscan. Once you're on Etherscan, click this clipboard. This is going to get you the transaction hash. Come over to derisk.tools, hit submit, and it will tell you, okay, here's your transaction details. What you bought it at, 0.21. Transaction fee was 0.0051. JustCube's royalty is 7%. The platform fee is 2.5%. So if I want to break even, I need to sell it for 0.2377 ETH in order for me to do so. If I want to, let's say, oh my gosh, it starts pumping. If I sold it for 1 ETH, my profit would be 0.6899. So you can plug in any value you want here. If I were to sell it for 0.21, what I bought it for, I would lose 0.025. You can see how many items there are, the floor price, and the volume traded here as well. And you go ahead and refresh that. But I just think it's a really nice, super clean, super simple site. It is free to use. But I think it's really useful to say, okay, well, how much is this really going to cost me from a standpoint of your Ethereum? Another tool that I like, and I got this from the JustCubes, I got both these actually from the JustCubes Discord, is called blockprobe.io. So going back to, okay, maybe I want to sell my JustCubes. I know I need a list at 0.2377 in order to break even. So I'm going to go to this website, blockprobe.io, and I'm going to throw this in chat as well. That actually, what I sent you, I'm going to send the second link. That might take you, you can mint this to get full features. I think it's about a 0.3 mint. We're going to focus on nothing but free tools tonight, chat. So go to that Explore page. Up top, you can see a bunch of trending projects. I'm going to type in just cubes. Sorry, I just typed in cubes, not just cubes. Just Cubes NFT pops up. I click it, and what I can see here, you got some trend lines, you've got some listings, some sales, all of the links you could ever need up top. But one thing that I like about this site, two things I like about this site. Okay, I lied. There are three. One is you can look at kind of, okay, where's the trend in the price? I can filter out outliers. I can keep them in just by clicking this checkbox. One thing I like a little more is this floor resistance. I think it's pretty unique. I think it's pretty cool. You just mouse wheel up and down to see different resistances of the floor, really. So I can see that there are 19 listings between 0.1 and 0.2 right now. That's not super thick. That's fairly thin. But however, between 0.2 and 0.3, there are 139 listings. So realistically, in my mind, for me personally, I'm thinking, okay, well, there's a chance at some point, maybe, if this holds and if volume increases, there are a lot of other factors that could affect this. There may be a chance that one day this possibly could get to 0.2. However, to get to 0.3, that's going to take a really long time. That's a pretty thick floor between 0.2 and 0.3. And then here you have volume by hour. And you can see, over the past day. So the volume, the average, the sales, the sellers, the buyers. So I think this is pretty cool. I love the floor resistance. I love that you can filter out outliers or keep them in if you want. That portion, everything that I've shown you tonight as far as what you can use is totally free to use and completely accessible to you. So I got to thinking, there's got to be a way to kind of combine a handful of these things, not necessarily all of them, but if I want a big macro view of a project, what does that look like? So I'm not even going to say created. I basically forked and modified a project on Dune Analytics, and I'm going to share this with you here, chat. So if you want to do a kind of technical breakdown of a project, this is, I feel, fairly comprehensive. We're going to break this down section by section. So first, all you do is you input the NFT contract up top. I have one preloaded here for Quirkies. You can see the amount of owners, the average mint price, which I think is really important because a lot of projects will have Dutch auctions. They'll have a allow list mint price. They'll have a public mint price. You can see the daily sales, NFT owners. So why owners are important for a project is I personally view it as almost like a flipping trigger, if you will. I guess that's kind of the word I would use, is a flipping trigger. So if there are tons of owners, if someone holds, 2 or more of these, there's probably a decent chance that they could flip fairly comfortably. So that's something to be aware of, something to think about. Number of holders, how that's increased day over day. So +4, daily sales, lowest daily sale, top owners. So top owners is, there's a single holder. How many of the NFT does the top holder hold? The daily sales number, the volume, the lowest sale, those are all approximate, and floor prices. We'll talk about those in a minute. Those are all approximate, and they're very close. But you'll find if you dig into, Block Probe, this website, or OpenSea, any tool, it's going to be slightly different on how it's lined up. A lot of that, in my opinion, is due to timing. So what time zone are they going after? Like, what is the scale? You might have to adjust. You might see slight differences in the volume. Are they taking into account multiple sites such as LooksRare, OpenSea? All those things can affect that, but you're going to have approximately the same values throughout. Top right, you have average gas cost. So you can see, just again, it's a view. So the blue bar is the ETH transfer over the past 24 hours. It's average. The average ERC20 transfer and average ERC20 approval. And again, I just use this as a gauge. Is it higher than it was yesterday? Is it like $3 to $5, or is it like $11? super, super high. Right below that is mint price. I love this because you can see what the average mint price is. If there are multiple mints, you will see those. You'll see how many NFTs were minted at each different price, which I think is fantastic. Yes, we will definitely go over that in a minute. I'm gonna go through a live example, Mayhay. Don't worry. Lucky, so sorry you're bummed you missed out on quirkies. Yeah, once I go through all of the kind of different charts and things, I'm gonna walk you through a full project analysis. I've spent some time looking at the YouTube video content around NFT technical analysis, and this was one of the things I modified. I guess first I want to circle back. This 99% of this was forked off of a dashboard from Cryptus Christ. So go ahead and give them a follow because they're really kind of the mind behind this. It's not fair for me to take full credit for this, but one of the things I modified was this daily activity, and I added in an hourly activity as well. So what we're looking at here is the bars are the approximate volume, the red is the approximate floor, and the lighter line, which I know is a little harder to see on stream, but that's the approximate average. And so what you're looking for here is, okay, it's, it was kind of flat for quirkies for a while, some bumps up, some bumps down, but then really, really shot up, kind of leveled off, shot up again, and came right back down and kind of pumped up again. And you can see then the red line of how the approximate floor price has changed over time. Now, what's important between the average and the floor is the gap in between those two things. If there is a large gap, for example, like you see here, what's listed as April 6th, you're going to see, okay, the approximate floor was about 3 ETH. The average, however, was 6.84. So that's something to really consider. Was a one-of-one purchased that day? These are the kind of questions I'd ask myself. Was there just a really high volume and some rares were picked up? Did a whale come in? What triggered this event that caused this huge gap? The top of the average is up here when the floor is down here. But you can see that there's actually a somewhat healthy kind of gap in between the average and the floor for quirkies. So to me, that says, hey, I would maybe consider if I were to list a quirky, I could maybe list it above floor, especially if I had some rare traits. I could see some room for that within this project. It also gives me an idea of the kind of buyer. What kind of utilities with the project? Why would they be incentivized to buy a rarer trait? Is it an NFT with a lot of rarity attached to it? And really kind of deciphering that value. So I don't necessarily look at this as, oh my gosh, yes, this is the right time to buy. This is the right time to sell. I'm no expert in that. I can't tell you how to do that. I have some kind of strategies of my own. We're not going to get into those right now. But I think it's more important, instead of trying to find an answer, to ask questions and determine, why are these gaps? Why is it going up? Why is it going down? Was there an NFT reveal? Did a whale come in? Was there a major announcement on the project? And so here you're seeing the same thing, but over what would be 12 hours of activity. Not necessarily 12 hours back exactly, but 12 hours of activity. And you can see here, and hey, the past day or so, the floor and average, that's a lot tighter than what we're seeing up here. And you can kind of see right about here, there's a point where those two lines start to converge, definitely matching up with this. So it's a more granular view. Here you can see the holders over time for the past 30-ish days. So 21.95 versus 23.04. It's gone down a little bit. But you can still see the average holder holds a decent amount. Keep going down, you get a price feed between Looks Rare and OpenSea. It's not going to update to the minute. It's about an hour-ish delay. But you can get an idea of the purchase in ETH, US dollars, what market it was on, how old it was, the transaction information, the seller, the buyer, the token number. So I can go ahead and I can click this, 4975, and it's going to pull up Quirky's 4975. And you can see there was a 295 sale and 295 sale. Matches up right there. You've got an approximate date and time. And again, the time, I believe, is on GMT, not localized in any way. Keep scrolling down, you get the top owners. So we talked about up top the 164. Well, that is right down here, Ryan Sterling. You can actually click into them. You can see their wallets, see what they're holding. And then another important factor is, okay, people who buy Quirkies, what else do they have? A lot of them have Mutant Apes. A lot of them have Bored Apes. Coolman's Universe. I've never heard of that. Maybe I want to check it out. Maybe not. Three Landers, Artifact, Monolith, Muries, Clonex, Deadfellas. So I really think it gives a nice comprehensive view of a project where you can really kind of get an idea of, okay, is this an active, a strong project, or is this something that's maybe a little weaker? So now I want to take the time and just kind of walk you through what this process could look like. How do you go about doing this? How do you go about getting the contract address? And just kind of do a live, this is not pre-rehearsed, walkthrough of a project. So 2112 just announced a partnership with Dreamland Genesis. Going to show this on top here. We're going to just refresh this. It's still time to get into the Prospect logo giveaway. No matter what game or brand you have, this logo can be used by you. All you have to do is type Prospect in chat. We'll be doing that giveaway very soon. So here's a Project Dreamland Genesis. So again, talking kind of about those 5 things that I mentioned earlier and what I look for in a project. So I kind of like the style of the website. I like 2112. I like the story. I like the art. I like the team. You know, that checks a lot of boxes for me personally. I don't know much about Dreamland Genesis. I know that 2112 team seems to like it, so that could be a cool connection for me. So I'm going to check it out. This is, again, is for me personally. So art style looks kind of futuristic, cyberpunky. Definitely got like an anime vibe to it. There's synopsis. They've got a pretty cool story. The year's 2087 profoundly advanced research center has made world-changing discovery, the ability to observe dreams. New scientific breakthrough was astounding, challenging the limits of what was before believed possible, and a monumental step in the psychological study of dream therapy. As all new scientific breakthroughs do, this became commercialized, capitalized, and commonly used as a device known as a dream catcher. Every time a dream was extracted into the catcher and observed, a fraction of the subconscious manifested into reality. Soon, this dream essence became too much for the realms of reality to bind together and caused the boundaries between worlds, time, and reality to slowly shift, crumbling until humanity was merged with the vast and unknown subconscious realm, a realm known as the Dreamland. So for me personally, I think that sounds kind of cool. That sounds kind of fun. So now they go into, okay, here's their art. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite art. I don't hate it. It's not my favorite. I prefer, Crypto Raiders, 2112, Wanderers, Riot Racers. I prefer those, but they go a little bit more into the story. So dreams, in essence, state of consciousness that occurs every sleep during this. Like they do a good amount to build out their lore. The Dreamers are a collection of 10,000 unique NFTs. And basically that kind of spun off of these dreams. Okay, so they go through their different rarities. Okay, there's a section coming soon. Roadmap. Okay, pretty high level. Community launch Dream House. That sounds cool. I don't know what that is. Cosmic Comics, Dreamwares, Irregularities, Dream Scholars, Nightmares, Dreamland. They have a full story map. Let's check that out. They go more into lore. I've watched some videos just for the sake of time. We'll skip over some of that, but I've personally liked it. I thought the quality of some of their produced assets was honestly a little better than some of their art that they're showing. Just my opinion. Our vision ultimately revolves around empowering our community through innovation, collaboration, and creating mutually beneficial opportunities together. So it sounds like we're starting to get to some of the utility here. Our ambition is to launch a fully immersive, scalable NFT project that will eventually evolve and branch off into other creative mediums. I like that. Again, I'm getting some 2112 vibes from that. We aim to become the forefront leaders and innovators within the development of Web3, fully equipped for mass adoption as it fast approaches. We believe in empowering the Dreamland community by integrating fellow dreamers, utilizing our combined skills and knowledge to further roadmap advancements within our dynamic ecosystem. Our venture within virtual space ultimately has one goal: forging the Dreamland private sanctuary, a dreamer's digital home. So I'm reading this. There's, in my opinion, there's a lot of fluff in here, a lot of big words, a lot of buzzwords, but it also sounds kind of appealing. Sounds kind of interesting. Again, I've gone a little further in my research of this. It's like, okay, I'm interested. How can I learn more? I've gone through the white paper, but I see aspects of utility. Then here we have the team. So I'm not getting personal pictures. I'm getting some aliases, so some what looks like first names. But here we have some doxed people. So Crow Magna Man, talking about doxed earlier. Here are some people that we could potentially even look up if we wanted to. Different advisors to the project. Pretty cool. And then community team, you can click that, it'll take them to the community team page. So the next thing I'd look at is, okay, let's check out their Twitter. And I would look then also at their Discord. So is the Discord active? How many people are in it? How does that look to the overall NFT collection size? So I see World with No Divide, redefining. When was the last time they tweeted? Dream Decks. Okay, so a little teaser there. I believe in where it's going. Feels good to get behind something of conviction rather than volume. Dreamer PFP or Dreamland in the bio will be accepted. So 7 hours ago, Dreamland and Llamascape. Looks like there's a partnership there. Precinct NFT, there's a collab there. Big sponsorships and partnerships are happening behind with Dreamdex. So like this seems active. Following everyone with a Dreamer PFP, and that's the founder, Ben Chuchu. Let's see. So the founder has 23.7 followers. Okay, wow, 23.7 thousand followers. All right, here's the 2112 partnership. Like this art, I thought this was a really cool picture. So okay, kind of cool, kind of interesting. Brand name not only building out, but genuinely and in Bungie strategically loving the less fortunate, making them dream. I'm touched by all of this. Let's check this out. I was not aware of this. Partnership with Dreamland Genesis, JCI Manila Visions to complete the first 4 rooms of the Manila Inclusive Learning Resource Center. End of May 2022. I think this is cool. Personally, I mean, is this going to drive up value of the NFT? Not necessarily, but I think this is kind of cool. So I'm definitely intrigued by this. They have I think it's a 4,000 project. It's either 4 or 10,000. They had an AMA on April 6th. 83,000 followers. Okay, looks cool. I know that can be inflated. But let's check out OpenSea. Let's get into contracts. Let's get into fully, truly evaluating this, what this could look. Brett Smith is back with more corgis. Brett Smith, what is going on? We got 2 for 2. Prospect's going to be sad. He missed you. Everyone, let's show some love for Brett Smith. Thank you, Brett Smith, for popping in. So now I'm at their, so it's a 10,000 project. I was wrong. It's not 4,444. 4,200 owners, approximately 0.07 floor, 1.6 thousand volume traded. Okay, that's a lot of volume traded. And so I'm seeing right here, mint out, decent volume traded. So I might just select one. I'm going to select one at random. This one looks kind of cool. I like the Dream Note Journal. Appreciate that. OX33. Showing the love for Brett Smith. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a few things. So I'm going to take, this was minted. Let's find one that recently sold. Okay. So I'm going to change the filter on OpenSea to recently sold. And perfect. So I'm just going to select this first one. 1 hour ago. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to go to the transaction, copy that. I'm going to go back over to de-risk. I'm going to paste the transaction hash just so I can get an idea. What are fees looking like? So basically for something that was just transferred over. The de-risk amount for this, based off of royalties alone, is like 0.0004 for this transaction fee of 0031. So here's your Dreamland royalty. Here's your platform fee. That's not horrible. That's not, out of the ordinary. Let's get one that was, here we go. Let's grab this one, the actual sale. I grabbed the transfer. Let's throw that into de-risk. So if I were to have purchased this for 0.0869, or sorry, for what was it purchased for? Yeah, 0.0699. Lost my de-risk. 0.0699, here we go. That's the value. That's what it was purchased for. Transaction fee of 0.0083. We're very upfront of that. So then I would have to then list at 0.0869. Okay, just very upfront. Again, like I know my risk. I know more of what I'm getting into. Bojack, love for Brett Smith. I almost called them Corgi. Brett Smith. So, okay, so then like I have a general idea. All right, so again, if this all goes to... So the art, okay, kind of liked some of it, but okay. The team, there were some Doxxed advisors I saw. The utility is of interest to me personally. The fees aren't horrible. We can look at... So we're going to kind of take the same thing. We're going to type in Dreamland Genesis here. I'm curious in seeing how, what is the floor? Dream Lead. Maybe if I could type. Interested in seeing how thick the floor is. Is it triple C thick? Is it 2C thick? Or is it 1C thick? That's very important. So here we have between 0 and 0.1, there are 84 listings. Okay, that's of 450. 450 out of 10,000 listed. That's actually kind of small. That's kind of cool. And then we have, between 0.01 and 0.2, 191. That's the thickest point. So both of these are kind of thick. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But it's definitely looking like, it may be sticking around these price points. If anything, it may go down a little bit. I don't know. So let's throw this into the new tool that I forked, that I created. Oh, there's a quirky. Let's go back to the actual NFT page on OpenSea. So hey, here you go. Click details. Then you click contract address right here. And you can copy it right up here just by hitting clipboard. Alternatively, if you go back to the NFT page, it's the top part of the URL. So you'll see OpenSea.io/assets/ 0x, and then what looks like a wallet or just a large string, and then /8489. That's the token number. You want that long string. It's the same thing by going to Etherscan. This tool will only work for Ethereum-based projects, not wrapped Ethereum. So I'm going to delete the Quirky's address. I'm going to paste in the Dreamland Genesis, and boom, just like that, it pops in. So what are my questions? What are my observations? What am I seeing here? So 10,000 owners, 10,000 NFTs, 4,216 owners, lost some holders today. Average mint price of 0.1. So the current floor is about 0.7-ish. 0.07, sorry, not 0.7. Daily sales, 17. That's not a lot. That's not nothing. Holders have decreased. Daily sales, that's volume, not number. So 1.23 ETH, lowest sale at 0.060, and the top owner has 118. You're going to see a lot of outliers with projects. There are going to be people that just ape in like crazy to these projects. Now, something to note, if you're looking at a project on here and you see that the top owner has a very substantial portion of the mint, we're talking in the thousands, that can be a sign, not always, of staking. So that's something you want to look into and maybe consider. So we're looking at gas costs. That's completely independent of the performance kind of metrics analysis here. But gas isn't looking horrible in the past day. Let's go down to the mint price. This is really cool because here you can see the breakdown of the different mint prices. 0.1, 7,500 550 of the 10,000 were at 0.1. 1,100 at 0.08, 344.06, 646 at 0.05. So you can kind of get an idea if someone were looking to flip or exit immediately, within what range would they maybe want to be doing that? We're currently at about 0.07. We're kind of still very much within it. It's a loss for some of these people, but a gain for others. And here's something that's really, really interesting. So we definitely some super high volume days. Again, these are approximate numbers. So floor, again, approximately 0.06. I can see the floor has ranged from, 0.06, 0.04, 0.05, 0.07, 4, 5. So it's been like 0.05 to 0.07 over the past month or so, ish, ballpark. One crazy high volume day, some higher volume days. But again, one thing that's standing out to me is the average is significantly higher than the floor. Sometimes by like 0.02 to 0.05 approximately. So that tells me, I'll definitely throw in WTC. That tells me, is there utility for special NFTs? Because if it was just one really big spike, that would maybe say, hey, a whale came in or they had one big announcement, but I'm seeing a pretty big gap over the past month. So to me, that says maybe there's utility for rarity, or the people in this project, the owners, really like and value rarity and some of the looks of these. So these are some of the questions I'm asking myself. Maybe if I purchased then, if I ended up getting something rare at a low price, maybe I could end up selling it for more than floor. Maybe not. Not guaranteeing anything, but these are the kinds of questions that I ask myself. Looking at hourly activity, you can see it's pretty close floor to average, but you can see some decent volume. So volume 0.28. So another thing to think about is how many sales would account for 0.28. So we're looking at, 0.7 floor. That's about 4 sales in an hour. It's not necessarily a lot, even though this bar is much bigger than this bar back here. This is approximately 1. So think about, too, not only just the size of the bar, but how much volume is behind that. Could one person influence that? Or is that many people buying in at one time? Holders, 4275, 4216. So that's pretty tight. Let's look at some of these sales. Who is buying? Again, this is another place where you can see, okay, wow, buyer, N8AMIS.eth, Natamis, bought a few of them at various prices. And you can see on OpenSea, again, you can click into all these things. You can see the transaction information. You can click on their names. You can go to the actual token. And then top owners, Dreamland Genesis Vault. Okay, so here's an example. They have 118 in the vault. The top holder really is Mimetic Power at 65. And then underinvested by a lot. That's a funny name. So, okay, that's kind of good to know. That's interesting. So maybe they have these for future giveaways, collabs. Judging by the volume, I don't think it was necessarily an issue with mint out. That's, again, something to consider is who's owning why and how. And then what else do they have? Wagme Premium members, Coleman's Universe, Miri by House, Three Landers, Cyber Brokers, Capsule House, Azuki, Cyberkongs, and, in the 60s. So, if this project was appealing, it is appealing to me. I'm trying to think, okay, does it make sense for me to buy in right now? Well, the market's been around this point, give or take, 0.03-ish, up or down. It looks like a pretty strong community. I like what I see for utility, so this might be something that I personally, for my own reasons, get into. Art wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it. The utility is definitely piques my curiosity. I love the partnerships that they're forming. I liked that there was partial doxing of the team for me personally. The advisors were doxed. I'm in a place where if I were to buy into this and it were to go to 0 tomorrow, I'm not going to be too upset about it. And project performance. So their roadmap is pretty big, pretty extensive. There's going to be a P2E, almost like old school Pokemon style game that they want to create for this project based off of your avatar. And I think those graphics look pretty cool. So project performance, this could be awesome. I read in Discord, I saw some updates that they're looking to possibly release an alpha version of that in a few weeks. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. That means it could happen. So I just think it's a really interesting tool to take your evaluation, your analysis to the next level. It's completely free. And just really start asking deeper questions. That's really the theme about this. Ask the question of, if I were to buy at this price, for me to break even, what do I have to sell at? Ask the question of, how thick is the floor? How realistic is it that it could move to, a certain price point? Ask yourself, how is the project performing? What are people buying at? What are they selling at? How many people own it? Did the holder chart completely fall off? We'll go ahead. We'll throw in WTC just so I can show you what that looks like too. That'll be interesting. I don't think I've plugged that in here yet. And depending on how the staking is done, it may not quite pick up on it, but we'll plug it in. So I got the address pretty quick. I just grabbed it from the URL after clicking into an NFT. It takes a second here, but it's pretty quick. So super, super interesting. So 5,000 NFTs, 210 owners. Top owner owns 2,139. Doesn't look like there are any daily sales. Holders, this is a holders change. It's not saying there are 0 holders. So that's 0. So total NFT owners 210, and I think that's unstaked. And if we look here, we can see it's very tight, the average to the floor. So it looks like people are mostly buying floor. There have been some spikes up, but especially recently, and it looks very kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. When you look at mint price, 0.06, average mint price 0.06. Yeah, I mean, that's what they paid Mount over it, or if you can kind of go over it. There's some at 0.065, it looked like. And then hourly activity, again, these numbers are pretty tight. We're looking at just a few traded holders over time. Again, this is over a month. 225 to 210, not that small of a drop off. So you see a bunch of 0.04 sales. There's one for 0.12. Okay, maybe that accounts for, one of these spikes. And then if we look at the top owner right here, you have 2,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then here's a wizard contributor wallet. So if we look at this, we can actually click on it, and this will go to the Cryptus Christ and what they've done. And so this is their dashboard when you click into it. So you can see the wallet, the current collection, and it's currently running. They own 2139, which again, those would all be Wizard Treasure Collective. And just give this a second to boot up. But this will give you an idea of what staking will look like. We'll give this a second to run. So don't be alarmed if you see that just crazy amount. Again, keep in mind that the floor value, the volume, and the average are all approximate. But again, it's for asking the questions, for trying to understand a project. And why I think we're seeing nothing here is because this is a staking wallet, if I'm understanding that correctly. Which makes sense that they have like nothing sold, purchased. Makes total sense. So again, I'll drop this link one more time. Here's WTC will be plugged in. And it's completely free to use. So go ahead, run with it. Just a little benefit for those of you that have been on stream who want to take a deeper dive into your NFT project analysis, whether it's a play-to-earn game or something else. Highly recommend checking it out. And I hope it helps. I'd love to hear your thoughts in chat. Let me know on Twitter what you think. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it helps. If you have questions about it, please shoot me a DM. If you want help looking at a project. Again, I'm not going to necessarily say yes, buy or sell. Here's my exact advice, but I want to approach it from the standpoint of asking you questions on how you should be thinking about things. What does it mean to you? So what? If I don't like the art, you may love it, and that is okay. And that may be your number one driving factor for a project. There's nothing wrong with it. That's your choice, your decision. So, keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead. Last chance. Type prospect. We're going to do our prospect giveaway in about 30 seconds here. So, yeah, chat, hope you like it. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for staying tuned in. We're going to do this prospect giveaway, and then we're going to go ahead and raid. I believe we'll see who's on. Really interesting. Extra data is always needed. Great stuff. Thank you, Bojack. I really appreciate that a lot. It is not looking like anyone is online right now, chat. Let's look at... Huh. All right, so maybe we will not do a raid, but thank you. Oh, good. We got some last prospect. And yes, thanks, Temple Stables. Yeah, it's not mine. I didn't make the site. It's Dune Analytics. You can make your own dashboards. I just forked a bunch of really just queries, they're called, from Cryptus Christ. And again, a big shout out to them. Please give them a follow on Twitter. And it made a few modifications to some different, windows and the way the data was presented because I thought it was better for me to look at. And I thought it was a little more meaningful. So kind of spun it up in a way to be my own and just present it in a way that made sense to me. So, yes, we'll go ahead and we will pick that winner right now. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clown Assassin. Clown with the awesome Australia picks. Love those the waves. Love it all. It's a great way to get through my day. Clown Assassin, are you still here in chat? The legend Clown Assassin. Clown Assassin is here. All right, so Clown Assassin, reach out to I love the love, love the support. Clone Assassin, go ahead and reach out to Prospect. You get a free logo design package for yourself. So I think that's super exciting. Good luck with that. I can't wait to see what the two of you come up with. So definitely shoot him a message. And then Lucky, you won a Gen 6 Crypto Raider. Compliments of Breadsmith. So I will be reaching out to you sometime next week. I won't be on Monday, but look for me on Thursday. We're going to be talking more about possibly Dreamland Genesis, 2112 for sure, because that project will be launching over the weekend. And yeah, I've got my eye on some other new fun projects. I appreciate you all sticking around. This has been absolutely fantastic. Wish you all the best. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you have a great Easter. Then no matter where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you. I appreciate you. I will see you next.